We've forgotten sometimes, I think, that we are part of nature. So what we do to the world around us, we are doing totally to ourselves. We can't go on, I think, equivocating on this and just expect us to test the world ultimately to destruction before you can prove that you have destroyed it. It is climate change. That's pointless to me. There is life after apparent death from the current conventional approach. We've got to come together as a world on this. I feel very strongly that we have to develop an approach which, by putting nature at the center of the whole process, what profit we make, we have to also make a profit for nature by putting something back. So my and your children and grandchildren can have some kind of reasonable future. At the moment, we are literally compromising it. We can't go on, now with all the ice cap melting completely. I mean, this is terrifying to me. It always has been. I mean, I know that all these industries have obviously had to focus on dealing with the immediate impacts of this horrendous pandemic. But the fascinating thing is, I think a lot of people have still wanted, fortunately, to focus on the green recovery from all this. I don't know, it was sort of intuitive, I suppose. I just felt it deep down in myself that this was the only way at the end of the day. And I just felt it was otherwise going to fall apart. Everything was being designed, and still is in many ways, to battle against nature and to suppress and destroy, exploit. But it may have gone a little bit too far in terms of the exploitation we've imposed on the natural world, which I suppose you could get away with for a certain amount of time because it wasn't apparent that we were doing lasting damage, as with carbon emissions from all the fossil fuels we burn in every form or other. It took people a long time to recognize that this was causing a huge problem in the atmosphere and warming our whole planet. And still people deny it. Until recently, nobody would have paid the slightest attention. But suddenly, because of the challenges we're now finding hitting us in the face and the huge problems we've created, there's become an interest in these issues. I've spent a lot of effort over my lifetime trying to bring people around the table with the Sustainable Markets Initiative, bring them together, industry by industry, to focus on how can we more rapidly decarbonize each industry, make the transition necessary, and actually find a much better way of doing things. Everything in nature, it's a finite resource. There's only a certain amount within the planetary boundary that we operate in. And the trouble now is that through this whole approach partly to convenience, we've forgotten that we have to live within the planetary boundaries.